Okay, thank you. So let's start. Let me share my screen. I didn't save the work of last week because I know you guys, there's a video for you to do that. Power BI, um, Power BI takes space sometimes. And yeah, that's why sometimes I don't like saving work except otherwise. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. It is a Power BI screen. So who can just give me like a brief summary of what he or she learned last week? Only Lizzie, anyone, anybody?
For example, I learned in Power BI you can connect from this different other database. For example, the
You can connect
Excel work.
data source. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
And
helping you to say it better so that you pay me after the class. Anyway, that's a joke. So it helps you to connect to other data source, right?
Yes. Which
Okay.
ones? Yeah, the ones here, like Excel, SQL, and other ones.
Okay.
And you can also use
Say something
this
like
dates.
SQL server. SQL server,
Okay.
not SQL,
Okay.
SQL server. Yeah. Okay, continue.
And you get the data through this icon, get data, where you can import whatever data you need.
You have tried, but if you want to do more, there's
Okay.
there's
And on the right hand side, or the left hand side, you see the report view or the table view, and also the model view.
okay. Okay. That's good. Lizzie, you have something.
So it's just something Oni has said. Once you can add your data from different sources, like the SQL server, the Excel workbook, and there are other data sources. I'm not used to their names, so I can't mention them. Then you can also create your own table on Power BI as well and use it as your data source. But another thing is that Power BI is basically used for reporting. So it helps to get insights into data. There are different graphics you can use to beautify your work, and the design or the color theme or the chart that you choose has to, align with the reports. Like you have to consider what you're reporting when you're making the choice of charts that you would use. So that's generally what I've learned so far.
Okay, nice. Can you all remember when we were talking about the type of chart to use, when to use a particular chart?
Yes, like we have a bar chart, column chart, and for example, the bar chart and column chart are ideal for showing rank and comparisons. And the bar chart is horizontal, while column chart is vertical.
Okay, so when do I use a bar chart? When do I use a pie chart? When do I use a scatter plot? Just tell me anyone that I can remember there.
Bar chart is used to compare metric values, for example, across different subgroups,
across different categories.
categories. Yeah. That is through the varying lengths of the bars, you know.
Okay. So which
Mhm.
other one? When do we use a line chart?
A line chart is used to show changes over time.
Yeah.
It's mainly a graphical representation
Okay.
used to
So
display dates.
so if you
Uh,
hear most times, sometimes some people call it line chart, some people call it line
mhm,
plots. So it's still the same thing anyway. Yeah. So,
mhm.
Lizzie, you want to say something regarding when do you use a scatter plot?
I think if I remember clearly, you use it to show kind of correlationship between variables.
Yeah. You're almost there. Correlation, yeah, to show the relationship between two continuous
Between
numeric
two,
continuous variable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you use it for.
there's changes observed in two different sets of variables.
Then I know we use
Something.
a pie chart, donut chart to show percentage or portion of a whole.
Yeah, part of your portion of it. Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
Yeah, that means you are able to grab a lot even with distraction at work. Yeah, I'm impressed. And I also want more. Anyway, I always want more.
Well, I watched some videos online too.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's start. You guys have done well. Others will, at least we've done a recap of what we did last week. So today, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, I'm seeing.
So
Yes.
today we want to do data. Let's start with data cleaning in Power BI. Data cleaning in Power BI. So something is distracted my attention. Okay. So just like we have in Excel, Power Query, we also have Power Query in Power BI, right? So let's say you want to clean your data set. The data set I forwarded to you last week, we are going to use one of the sheets inside that data. So let me get that data. What do you want to do? We want to clean our data. Remember, we have this part you are seeing. This is a report view. This is a report view, right? This is a table view, right? This is the model view, right? So let's go back to the report view. So let's get data from Excel workbook, right? Then let me go to that data that I want to use. I think I forwarded it to you guys. I think so last week. I think so. Yes, I did that last week. So instead of it's coming up now. So I'll choose data cleaning. These are the sheets in my. If you don't want it, just stop me. I'll choose data cleaning sheets. Then I will go to transform data. If you mistakenly click load, let me assume I mistakenly click load instead of clicking transform data. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me assume I mistakenly tap on load instead of transform data. Let me say I assume I mistakenly tap on load. Then it loads the data. But after I finish loading, I now want to go back to that transform data so that I'll be able to what they call it now, so that I'll be able to transform my data, right? So that I'll be able to transform my data. So it's still loading. It's still loading, right? So you just go to here, transform data, then you click on transform data. Oh, it's open on a different screen for me. Why? I don't know why this thing is doing like this. This one, of course. Can you see my transform data screen now? Can you see it?
What I'm seeing is build withdraw. Okay, yeah, this has come up.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, there are so many things you can do on Power Query. So many things, depending on whatever you want to do. Let me start from this smallest one. Anytime you load data into Power BI, right? And you go to your Power Query. If you check each of the column headers, you will see something like this one is what? What can you see? You can see ABC. Can you see ABC?
Yes.
That is telling us that it's a string. It's a string data type. Do you understand? It's a string. When I say string, I mean A, B, C, D, whatever. That is the data type that was assigned to it, even though it is a role ID, but it has been ascribed a string data type. If you check other ID, what data type is there? That means it's
Numeric.
numeric. This one, can you see, is date. The way a calendar, that sign. So that one shows this data type that you are looking at. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, so let's look at all the columns. Let's say there are columns that you don't need. Let me look for a particular column I think I don't need. For example, let me see, okay, maybe there are columns I think I don't need. I'm just assuming anyway. And I think I don't need. So I'll say, okay, let's say, imagine I said, okay, I don't need cost as code. I'm just saying that because it's all the columns that you need, right? There are the columns that you don't need or that you don't want. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like that you don't want. So let's assume you want to delete some column that you don't want. Let's say I want to delete customer states, right? You highlight the column. Can you see that? Right click. There are so many ways. You can say right click. I can say remove. Can you see?
Yes.
Or if you don't want to right click, if you do that, then you go on your home button. You can see choose columns, remove rows, skip rows. So I can say remove column. I say remove column. So if you want to remove like 3 columns, after, let's say you want to remove more than 1 columns, if you select one, press the control button down on your keyboard. Any other one that you want to remove again, select it. Let's say you want to remove customer ID too, select it, right? Then you next,
Other quantity.
where is other quantity? Okay. Let's say you want to remove other quantity too. That's 3. So you just right click and say remove columns, or come here and say remove columns. They are gone. Now, anytime you perform a step in Power BI, Power Query, that step is logged in this apply step. I see. We
Okay.
just remove columns. So it just added this step that, okay, so should in case you want to go back to it, can you see, just say remove, that means the actions that we just performed is remove column. So it records every step that is being applied. So if you want to get it back, just close this X and those columns will come back.
We'll come back. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let's say you have 45 columns. I'm just assuming that you have 45 columns in this table. And you want to remove, let's say like, I'm just thinking, and let's say you want to remove 35 out of those 40 columns, right? You don't need 30, you want to remove 35 out of those 40. Now, it should be a pain to say select one, first one, right? Hold on the control button down, and now selecting the second one, third one to get to the 35th one. That is, in fact, the hand will be very tired. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's a lot. So let's say on this table now, I want to remove all the other columns that I didn't highlight. All these other columns that I didn't highlight, all of them, the one that I didn't, I've only highlighted market region, additional other items, and customer city, right? Those are the three I highlighted. Let's say those are the three that you want to keep. So every other ones, there are many. The other, let's say all the other ones that I didn't highlight, all the other columns that I didn't highlight, they are the ones that you want to remove. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the ones I don't want to remove are the ones that I highlighted. So I will just say go to remove columns. So instead of saying remove column, because if you click on remove column, I mean to remove the one that is
Let's
highlighted,
remove the ones that are highlighted. Yeah.
which is not what you want to do. The ones that are not highlighted, when you want to, so you just say remove. When you say remove other columns, it removes every other columns apart from the one highlighted.
Okay.
So that's the remove other columns has been recorded there, but you can go back to it and say shift back to it. So that one is done. Any question?
It's something like this on Excel. I think I've seen a similar kind of stuff, but not like on the Excel workbook directly, like one of those extensions or the analytical extensions.
Okay.
I don't know if I can't remember exactly where I went to, but I saw a similar stuff like this on Excel.
Yeah, they are pretty much similar, to be honest. Yeah. So let's say you want to add a column, right? Just go to add column. If the column is, let's say you want to, can you see what I'm saying there? That's add, you can duplicate column. You can do index column. You can do conditional column. When you say conditional column, that's like you said, if age is equal to then this, if data is equal to that, then that. But I would advise, if you're doing that, first just go and do it in the main Power BI table view instead of doing it in your Power Query. Yeah. And so let's say you want to
Sorry, I'm confused. So
Yeah, me too. I'm confused.
confuse.
yes, because one is that I'm asking myself now. I remember you went to where you saved your document and got this. So, but I don't really know the location of the document, whether it's on your system or on a server or you saved it in Power BI. I don't know. That's one of my confusions.
Do you mean this data he's using now?
Yes, I remember you
He
loaded
got
it
it from
from.
Excel.
from Excel. Now, what I want to know is that these changes that you're making here, will it reflect on the original documents if you change it, the one that is in Excel, if you save it?
Ah,
The one that is on my system where I got the data from. Is that what you are asking?
Yes, whichever source you got the data from.
It is one in Power, it's the one that you brought into. There's a copy you put to Power BI that the changes will affect.
changes will be affected. Okay.
Okay, then if I now save it, it will save as a new document on its own.
It will save as the document. Not
I
what
mean,
is my
this
new
current one
document?
you're working on now, if you save it now, will it save as a new document or
New document where?
like you can save this document here, or you can save this table you're working on, right? Like
Of
this
course.
table you're working. So what I'm asking is, if you save it now, is it going to come up as a new document or it will save as the original document? I know you loaded it into this Power BI. That's what I'm asking. After doing all the work you are doing here, can you just save it as a document on its own, or when you save it, it will reflect in the original source?
I'm trying.
Kola, I think I see.
I know
She
your
means
question, but I'm trying to see the way how I can explain to you. The data I use, the Excel data I use, I say is on my system, right? It's saved locally on my system. I imported it into Power BI. So the one that is on my system is still there. Nothing will change it. That one is saved there. That one on my system, I just imported it to there, but I still have the copy on my personal system. It's still there. This one on the Power BI, I can do whatever I want to do with it. I can clean. We're still going to save it, but saving it is still going to be saved inside Power BI.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yes.
So, I wanted to say something. I've forgotten. Okay, yeah. If let's say, for example, you have first name and last name together, right? Or let's say, okay, if you go to this, can you see this category name column?
yes.
Let's say, sometimes data could be messed up. They could have bring two columns together instead of separating them, right? They could have brought them together instead of separating them in a different way, stuff like that, right? So if you now have stuff like that, you can split those columns into two. Or let me join these two columns. Let me say first name. Hold your control button down. Last name, that is the surname of the customer, right? So let's say we want to combine these two. Let me see. Oh, I messed up. So it said you can remove duplicate. That's what I want to do. You can keep errors. I'm not doing that. I'm not removing columns. I'm not splitting columns. I want to merge columns. Please tell me, let me know. Where's my person ending? Sorry, my hand is slippery. Okay. Let me see if I can add these two columns. Merge, okay. Can you see merge columns? Can you see merge column?
Yes.
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 So let's say I want to merge those two columns, then I'll click merge column. So you now say if you want to merge columns together, let's say we want to do first name and last name in this scenario. You know, you might want to put after first name, maybe space or comma or anything that you want to put. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Between the two
Mm-hmm.
columns, like first and last name, you might want to. So they're asking separator. Separator means what do you want to use to separate the first name and the last name in this scenario that we want to match? Is it colon? Is it comma? Is it equal sign? Is it semicolon? Is it space? Is it tab? What do you want to use? What should you choose? Let's choose space. So if what you want to use is not there, you choose custom, right? That custom will now come here. That means what you want to use to separate them is not colon, is not comma, is not equal sign, is not semicolon, is not space, is not tab, is not there, is not part of what is listed. So come here and type it here yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
But what you want to use is there. I want to use space. It's first name and last name, so I'll use space. Now, can you see, or can you see a new column name? That means if you're merging two columns, that means you are forming a new column. Give that column a name. Do you understand? That's what they're saying. Please, if you don't understand any question, please, if you don't understand anything, please just ask. Please, yeah. Let me say full
I
name.
understand.
Okay. So new column, you have merged them together. Can you see that that step is already recorded there? Inserted merge columns. So if you go to the end here, there must be, can you see that column full name? Can you see full name?
Yes. Yes.
Do you understand that?
I thought it's going to match it there, you know. Okay.
Where?
I thought it's going to match the two as you highlighted the two columns, that they are going to match and stay there. But they are now being added as a new column.
Okay, it's a new column. No, it asks the column that you want to add, because when you are merging and forming a new column, it asks the name
Okay. Okay.
the name that we should give to it. So yeah, the original column is still there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
These are the column, first name and last name. So I've showed you that. So if you want to go back to this thing, you want to click it, you click this one, you go back to the previous data, you will see that the first name column is now removed. Hey, I should not
Okay.
remove it. I wanted to use it to show something. Let me do it again. I forgot. Are you getting it, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do it again. So somebody should tell me what to do. I want to repeat what I did again. Someone should tell me what I
Okay.
did.
Highlight the two columns. The customer
Okay.
name,
It could be
first
three, it
name
could be
and
four.
last name.
Uh-huh.
And then go to add column and click
Uh-huh.
on match columns.
Uh-huh. What
Then
next?
you have to, what do you want to separate the two columns with? You click on the options. You choose what you want.
Then
And
the
then
name.
rename. What will be the name?
No, I don't want hyphen. I want underscore. Okay.
Then okay.
So the column has been added. The column has been added. So if you check it's a column. But let's say you this column was there before, and there wasn't first name or last name column. But this was the column that you have, right? And you don't like it like that. You want to have it separate. I like the
Okay,
column.
you want to split it. Okay.
Split it, yeah, that's the word, split. I like the column. Then go to
I've
transform.
seen transform. Then
No,
split column.
where is
No,
it?
transform.
Okay, so
And
see,
then,
it's
yes,
column.
there.
So now it's telling you, how do you want to split the column? When it's saying by delimiter, it's saying, is it by tab, by comma, by space? Do you understand? So when you say delimiter, you see all those characters, comma, semicolon, space, that just, or you want to split by any other delimiter, that is the meaning of delimiter. By number of characters, that means, let's say you want to, let's say you have a uniform, the way the full name was written, it's somehow uniform, and you want to say, okay, count the first 3 characters. When you say characters, the first 3 alphabets.
Alphabets.
Yeah.
And then split.
Most times it should be alphabet, yeah. Count the first 3 characters, then split it by that. By position, we're not doing by position. Split value is into fragment as specified position. No. You want to split by lowercase to uppercase. That means you will split starting from the lowercase, then until you get to the uppercase. It's different kinds of stuff that you have here. But here, the best one that we want to do is, this one is even saying by digits, and that means in the case you have alphabet and integers together, you want it to split after the first from digit to non-digit. That means you will start with a digit, then when you get to a non-digit, stop there and split it. Do you understand? That is, those are the kind of things that you can do. But I want to split by delimiter. It said select or enter. What's the delimiter that we have? Is space. It is space. I think, and I say leftmost is not leftmost. That means the delimiter is at the beginning. Rightmost, that means the delimiter is at the end. But we are saying each occurrence of delimiter means everywhere you have that
wherever
you have the space, split it. I think this one is good like that. Yeah. Do we have any other? Let me see. 1 second. No, we don't need. Okay. Number split into columns. Yeah. I'm not splitting into rows. No. Split into columns. Down is there already. Number of columns to split it into. That means the column that you want to split, how many columns do you want to split it into? It has already been given us to be 2. So let me just leave all these ones. Click OK. It has been able to split. Can you see now that it's been able to split that stuff into, can you see full name, of course. You can change the, what do you call it now? The
full name, the column header.
The column header. You can just double click. Can you see? Double click. Then you say first name. Double click it and take to first name. The same thing you can do here. Double click it. Last name. Any question?
Let's say the column has maybe 3 names, like first name, middle name, and last name. That means it has 2 spaces in between. So we can use that place that's advanced options. We can then specify how many columns we want according to how we want to split it.
Yes. And
maybe we want the first name to be in a different column, middle name and last name. If in the column is written like that.
Yeah. You know, there
Okay.
was something that popped up that said each occurrence of the delimiter.
Mm.
I remember. So that means saying everywhere you have space.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you choose that already, Power BI would have known that you want to split into 3. But that doesn't stop you from still checking the advanced option anyway. But it could have given you 3 by default. And if it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
give you 3, just put 3 there because you want to split into 3 different columns. Have I answered the question?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So what if we have a first name, second name, and last name, and we just want to give the last name a different column and leave the first name and second name in one column?
Why do you want to do that? Anyway.
It's just people's name. Like sometimes when you are inputting a name in a system, they will request for first name and second name in one box and last name in a different box, like surname in a different box. So that's why I'm
Well,
asking.
there should be a way if you think around it, there should be, or probably you say the rightmost delimiter. The rightmost,
Okay.
there is one that said the rightmost, that means the one that at the extreme right. That means it will take, yeah, the rightmost.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that means it will take.
When you don't want to split when you don't want to split the 3 names in 3 different columns, then you use this the top right or left or whatever.
Rightmost delimiter.
Okay.
But to be honest with
Okay.
you, customer, this is data that is confidential. Customer will not be telling you, they don't, of course, you would have requested for their access to get the data. Of course, they know, of course, customer knows you have his or data. Well, the standard is you should follow GDPR and not expose customer data. But how the data will appear, first name or last name, the customer has no business with that. Well, to be honest with you, do you understand now? Like where I worked now, I work in a financial institution, and customers don't have access to our database. They can never have access. So imagine them telling us, our names that is your database. First and last name, first and second name should be together. Who does that? They don't even have, I don't know if I understand what I'm saying. They don't have a say, but they don't even know. All they know is that their data is protected with us. The way we arrange it doesn't concern them. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand, but you can never tell when someone will work
No,
and what
customer,
can come up as a request.
okay.
It may not be from the customer, it could be from a
Yeah, that's what I
researcher.
want to say. Mm-hmm.
A researcher could need the information for a different purpose. For me personally, it depends on the working environment.
Well, as far as I've seen working environment, in fact, for you to even have access to this data, they must have trusted you. In a working environment, I've not even seen where you have full name together. I have never seen in all my experience. They always separate
Okay.
full name, sorry, first name, last name, first name, last name. They don't put it together.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but it depends. But customer, like I said, customer don't have it. So all what you need to do for customer is to ensure that their data is confidential. That's all. So all the steps we did, can you see? We even the name the column that we renamed, it shows up as a step. Can you see?
Yeah.
So if I close it back, it changes back to full name dot one, full name dot two. The plain type, close it. The split columns, I don't want. The match columns, I don't want, which is this one. Yeah, I guess you don't want it. Do you understand? So
Yes.
do everything I've done. So that is that with that. Do you have any question? Any question? Now, for you to check if there are duplicates in your data, Just go here. Can you see this place? And say, I think there should be one duplicate. Can you see
Yes, under, yeah.
duplicate? Yeah. There's any duplicate across all, not only for first, all of them, because I didn't select any row. So I selected this, all of them. Then it would have removed all the duplicate for you. So all the duplicate has been removed. Does that make sense? All the duplicate has been removed.
So it's going to remove it like row by row, not like
Anywhere there is
for
duplicate.
instance, if row 23 and 24 have exactly the same information in each of the cells, it's going to remove it.
Can you ask a question again?
If row, for instance, let's say row 1 and row 2 have exactly the same information, like from column, from each, like under each column header, they have exactly the same information. It will remove one of the rows, right?
The way remove duplicates work, you can either do it. I'm trying to answer your question column by column, which doesn't really make sense, because you could delete something that you're not supposed to delete. But if, for example, let me I like this row 14 and row 15. I'm just using that one as an example. Let me say row 14, then hold down the Control Shift. I don't know why it's not selecting the 2 rows anyway. But let's say the 2 rows, this row 14 and row 15, sorry, or row 15 and 16. They had the same thing across all the rows in all the columns. I mean, 6, 5, 8, 1, 0, 1, 2. We also have 6, 5, 8, 0, 1, 2. 5, 8, 1, 0. We also have 5, 8, 1, 0. The same date, the same name, the same category, everything across all the rows. And also they are the same. That is when that one will work. Have I answered the question? So it's not just per column. If across everything that I highlighted on row 15 is the same thing as everything on row 16, that means it's a duplicate.
It will remove just one row and leave one.
Of course.
Now, if you select everything and just say remove duplicate, for instance, now when you come under customer names, you have Mary, 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 Mary. Is it just going to take out all the Marys, or is it going to access the whole table and check other details to make sure that the Mary is not just for like that the Mary is a unique identity for a particular customer? I don't know. That's why I was asking my earlier question, because I want to understand how it processes the remove duplicates. Is it, if you select all the table, how does it process the remove duplicates? Is it similar to what you've explained on like removing one row that have exactly the same information? What if the 2 rows don't have exactly the same information, but have a category name as the same and a full name as a surname as the same? How does it process it?
It's only remove duplicate if it is a duplicate. If it's not a duplicate, it doesn't remove it. Let me open the Excel for you. You know, sometimes we try to imagine what happens behind the scene, which sometimes is like,
I'm not even interested. You can show me on this your worksheet now. Like if you select everything here now and do remove duplicate, I want to see how the result is going to show. That will help me to understand what I'm asking. That will give me clarification.
Or maybe if we can undo this remove duplicate and let's see what actually was
I know what you are asking,
duplicated there.
but I know what to ask, but you are trying to see what if this is a data, this is a data of how many rows? 53,193 in number. You can't, how will I put it now? You may not see what is going on behind this, because for you, that means you want to see where that duplicate is. Where is the duplicate? Where is it? Where is it? To me, you are just, I'll up it down. You just want to know what's happening, and you don't need it. The way it removes duplicates, right, across the whole table. Let me highlight. I'm not saying this is duplicate. I'm just saying now. Let me highlight row 9 and row 10. Can you see what
Mm.
I said, right? If row 9 and row 10, no, this is row 9, C for row ID, C underscore 56. Here they are the same, right? The first one, they are the same, right? The second one, they are the same, other ID. The other date, they are the same, right? It's looking like duplicate, but let's see to the end. This one, they are the same, right? Mary, they are the same. For Seite and Jacobs, this is not a duplicate, so it will not remove any of this role at all. Have I
So
answered
that's just what I want to understand. That's all.
well, no, I've said it in passing, maybe because we can't really show it in paper. You can't really see it. I know you want to see what
I'm
is
not really
happening.
interested in what is happening behind the scene. It's the result that I'm interested in.
It's still, I think it's interesting because you want to see the ones that are removed. What are the duplicates anyway? So
Maybe it's because of the way I presented my question.
yeah. So do you understand now?
Yes, thank you so much.
This would have been duplicate, but in fact, everything we selected, they are the same except Seite and Jacob. That disannul the duplicate. That means is not a duplicate because they are different customer entirely. Everything
Okay.
else is the same. If you check everything else, they are the same. If you check it, Caribbean, 725,
Yeah,
7.
it's the same thing. It's the same thing too on 4 and 5.
But for
But the only thing brown and
so that means that is
yes,
not a duplicate. So yeah, I'm
Okay,
accepting.
so
duplicate.
if you are doing your selection, if you select one column, is it going to check that for all the columns
No,
when is
no, no, no.
it will
That
just
one,
do that on that column
yes,
alone?
please,
Okay.
so that you not mess up your data. Don't do it on a column. You may want to do it on a column if it's a small data, or if it's just two columns that you are looking at, which is easier to get. But when it's a lot of columns, don't do that, please.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so we are then. So I want to. I don't. Let me leave the duplicates. I'm just showing you how to do all of these things. So let me close it back. Yeah, the data is back now. Any questions so far? Let's say you notice
Paula,
yeah,
sorry, where did you click again to get the duplicate? Under this serial number.
I
Where did
just
you click again?
yeah
Okay. Thank you.
remove
Yeah, I've seen it.
keep duplicates. So
Okay.
which other one can we do? It's sometimes you just need a few. Sometimes you may not even need it at all because your data has been cleaned for you, stuff like that. Let's say you notice that some names are not really spelled. That means they're not well spelled. I mean, like if you see Europe, if you check the market region, you have Africa, Europe, Pacific Asia, UCSA. Let's say list may be copied. Let me just load them up. Pacific. I think this is okay. There's um I want to show another example. Let's say this Puerto Rico, I think it's well spelled. I think it's well spelled. Let's say you have, normally when you write a word, the first letter should be capital letter, the other should be small. Or you want to make everything small, the whole thing to, things like just like we did in Excel, upper, lower, what do you call it now? Upper, lower, proper. If you want it, when I say proper in Excel, that means you want it to start with uppercase, then the rest lowercase. So in case we have something like that, I think there is a way we can do that here also. Papa, you can say, change type. That is if you want to change the data type, right? Everything at the top is also at the bottom. So I said bottom is also available when you right click. If you click transform and you see lowercase, whatever that I've highlighted to change everything to lowercase, can you see? The customer first name change to lowercase, can you see?
Yeah.
So if you highlight it back and right click transform, you can change it to uppercase, everything to uppercase, right? If you want to do that again, something else again, you can say transform, capitalize each word. Capitalize each word. I think it's, yeah, capitalize each word means starts each
The
word with
first.
capital letter. Yeah, the
Mm.
first letter should be capital letter. Then you can also do the string function in Excel. Sometimes when some people that enter data into a database, right? They are human beings. So sometimes they commit, they make mistakes. When you are typing, right? When you are typing on your keyboard, I want to put a space between a word and a different, let's say you have typed a word and I want to press space. No, you just tap the space button on your system so that you can type the next word. Sometimes instead of tapping the space button once, you type it, you hit it twice or even thrice. So that's
Okay.
so it's possible you have something like that too on your data. So that is when you see trim. Trim takes away all the leading and trailing spaces in your data. Length.
Okay.
Length, you want to know what's the length of your data. That means if a name is Onyi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lizzie is 1, 2, 3, 4. Nina is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length of that name is counting the alphabet in your name as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which we don't need. So undo, close the steps back. Something like that. And if you want to replace, okay, someone want to ask a question?
No, I don't want.
Okay. Let's say I'm looking for a good example here, but I'm not seeing that example. I want to show how you can find and replace value. How you can find and replace value. Let's say you want to replace all the South America with SA. South America, you want to use all the South America with SA, right? You right click, so replace values. Okay, if you want to replace something, at least you need to tell Power BI what you want to replace, right? So I want to replace South America. All this depends on you. You are not doing the analysis. So I want to replace it with what? SA.
SA.
Just saying that. And you see all the South America has been replaced with SA.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that? Let's say you want to replace all the Central America with space. You don't want to see anything there again. You just want to leave space there. So replace, I think we'll stop now and go back to our data and continue our report. Replace, where's replace again? Replace values.
There are 2 minutes to play.
So you want to replace Central America using one hand to type Central America. You want to put you don't want anything to be there. So just leave it. Leave it means you want to make it empty. Click OK. Can you see all the Central America is gone?
Oh, okay.
Can you see? So, for example, if you are sure that Power BI has assigned the wrong data type to a column, right? Let's say this is order ID. You know it has attribute a wrong data type to it. Just right click and then change type from whole number. I want to change it to decimal number. It has changed, but because the decimal is 0.0, you're not seeing it. So you can do the decimal number. Is there a place to put it to 0.0? I don't think so. Okay, let's say change it to a percentage. I've changed it to percentage now. It's showing the percentage now. But that's not what I want. I'm just showing you stuff. Any question?
Yes, can you run something like statistical query here, like some of those things you did on the Excel worksheets? Is it done on this kind of Power Query? Sorry, not on this kind of Power Query. Is it done on the Power Query editor?
You can, but I will advise you do it inside the table you have in Power BI, not in Power Query. Majorly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me all the steps. Let me just close them. So, if, for example, you have finished cleaning your data and you're okay, and sometimes if you want to clean your data and you are sure and you don't want to mess up the data, you can just right click, copy. Where is it? Okay. Is it copy or duplicate?
You selected
Yeah.
only one column. Is that intentional?
I didn't select column. I just right click this data and I click duplicate. It's the same data, you just change it.
Okay.
It's the same data, you just duplicate the data into a new table. So that's why it's giving it a name, data cleaning too. You can change the name here and change it to duplicate if you want. Right? That is stuff. Yeah, that's what we have done. So after you have finished your data cleaning, you can come here to File. Can you see Close and Apply? Close and Apply means close this Power Query and all the changes that have affected, apply it.
Where?
Okay.
Apply, but don't close.
You go to File.
It's like normal file that you want to save stuff like that, right? So close, you just close it, but you will not apply the
You
changes.
just apply.
I don't want to apply the changes, so because I don't need those changes, and I'm just showing you how to do stuff. So I'll say close.
So this boils down to that question I was asking earlier, if the changes will affect on the file. So when you do close and apply, it will affect.
Yes.
Okay.
You
But
it's
it will
just
not
very
affect the
those
original file.
what about original file? Which file?
That was her question. Where you copied it, where you got the file in Excel, the
Oh,
file that you saved.
we have explained that before. Nothing will happen to
Yeah. To that one.
nothing.
I'm confused, honestly. Where my confusion is where you said close and apply. Where are you applying this change now? The application, the apply. That's my problem here now. I want to know where the application will take place, the changes will take place.
When you clean a data, you are cleaning because you think your data is dirty, right?
Yes.
So after you clean your data, you want to see the clean data now. You don't want to go back to the old one now. You want to have the clean data. That is when you click close and apply.
Where will it apply the clean data? Where will
It,
I see it when I do close and apply?
it is here now. It is here. This is
Okay, to save automatically in a Power BI.
yeah, it is here now. These are the table, this table view, model view,
Okay.
model view. Yeah,
Okay.
it's Power BI. It should be here. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the one saved on your system. Everything is in Power BI. But I didn't apply because I don't need that. I'm just trying to show you how to do it.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, thank you.
Onye, do you have any question?
The question is like that the time you changed this by South America, and then the other one you removed it entirely. Then there are then spaces. There are blank spaces. Then you have to still work on it so that because the data shouldn't be there shouldn't be a blank space in the data.
I'm just showing you different way to do stuff. Of course,
No, I know. Let's assume I removed it and then it's blank like that. I still have to remove that blank spaces.
You can't just remove blank if you are not the one that's if I'll up now. Me, I'm just like I said, I'm just showing you how to do stuff. If the data came blank like that, you have to find a way, whichever maybe it's the person that has been in the organization or where the data came from, the person that gave you the data, and report that these are the blanks I'm having. Can they fix it? But if they give you a go ahead to put 0 there, you can put 0 there, or they give you a go ahead to remove it, then you can remove it.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other question? Inena, you're welcome. Do you have question?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That echo is powerful. Anyway, so discard your yeah. So that is that. Any question? Again, before we go on, we have a lot to do today. I don't know how we tackle it, but it won't just be nice for me to just be doing it and doing it without asking your questions, right? But at least we've been able to answer those questions. Where is Max? Where is Max?
So I don't know.
I don't know. Be your brother's keeper.
I should ask you, are you not the teacher? You have to look for your students. You know
Okay,
where they are.
let's continue. Let's go to modeling in Power BI. Modeling in Power BI. Modeling in Power BI. I don't want to use this table again, so let me close this. I'm not saving it. Don't save. I don't want. So let me open it again. Can you see my what are you seeing on my screen now?
A blank screen.
A
Green,
blue
blue background.
Okay, nice. So let me open the Power BI again. Then I'll now open SQL Server, right? And now we have a lot to do today, but like I said, it doesn't really make sense to just be rushing you guys without you understanding it. Hmm?
Thank you.
She said thank you. So
Yes,
let me open SQL Server. I remember the way I was taught Power BI. I think it was 2 classes, 4 hours each. It was something else. Now I'm opening my SQL server. I want to get data from there. I will not, apologies, I will not ask you if you understand my query, because I know you guys are gurus already in SQL. So let me, right? Am I right? Because I've taught you guys and I know
let's be doing. Let's see.
let's see. Okay. Let me expand that. So I want to bring in data so that I will explain some stuff to you. It's loading. If you have two of these on your system, it takes it's a bit powerful stuff. So let me say tables. Open now. Why is it slow like this today? I've not even gone on break as well. So let me go to dim product columns, right? So let me say select. I won't make the query fine. I'll make it. I'm just writing it anyway. It's not going to be a fine boy query today. I'm sorry, right? Because what matters most is product key, English product name. I don't like that name, so I'll change it to as product name. Let me just make it together. Product name. I want to show you stuff today. Comma. Enter. Standard cost. Do I need standard cost? Okay, let me just do it. I don't think so, to be honest. As cost, right? Color. Like I said, I'm not doing find by query, so pardon my rough query. Just to get what we want. List price. Price is different from cost, right?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Cost is what it took to acquire it. Price is what you want to sell it.
Okay, that means price will be higher than cost.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, what it took the manufacturer to make the stuff is a cost.
Yes.
Okay. But all these things, if you are not a market woman sometimes, it's so let me start date.
It's just a twist of name. Normally it's all cost price and selling price. This
So,
list price.
I'm telling you, sometimes I get sometimes
Confused.
confused. So let me take start date. I think we are fine. Color. I think we are fine. From, but please don't write query like this in your place of work. It doesn't look tidy. It's like somebody that is
Yeah, you've said it before now.
And don't do it in your place of it's like somebody that is rich, but his look, you never know that the person is rich. Anyway, that's that by the way, execute. I don't need, okay,
Cost.
where I don't need the cost because it's like everything is null, right?
No, yeah.
Not everything, to be honest, but I'm not sure
Majority.
the cost. So let me take away the cost, please. Don't like seeing no values. Where color this price to off. I don't want. I don't want. What I want to show you. I don't want to be seeing on there. Then where color. Where's color? Color.
Copy the one there now.
Copying sometimes to delete. Before you copy, you'd have dragged. Copy, you have to, right? It's not no. Execute. Okay, I think where color is
No.
Where color is no.
I think
What's the no?
that NA is where color is not equal to, so
Okay.
I don't want to see that NA. I don't want stories there. Yeah, this is good for me. Go to sales table. I want to explain to explain something to you, but it's good we. Sorry, this is not factor sales. Are you following, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me. So it's good to have different tables so that we'll show you what I want to select. Right? Product key. Right? Comma. Let me say sales territory key. If I will need that one later, fine. But for now, I don't think I need it. Sales territory key. Order quantity, unit price. Okay, let me just put it for putting sake. Are you enjoying the class?
Yeah.
Really?
Why not?
I'm encouraged. Oh, order quantity, unit price. If you don't understand this query, let me know. Unit price. Discount. Do we need discount? I don't want to use discount. Let me leave discount. You know, is discount taken away or added? I think it's taken away.
Taken away.
It's taken away. So no, most time they do 1 minus discount. That is what they do, but I don't think I need it. Cost. I don't want to be talking about discounts.
So you're trying to write the queries you used to create the model. I don't get the purpose of this query we are writing.
To be
I
used.
know that our next task is to create models.
Yeah, because for you to code it, we will need data anyway. So and there's no data, right?
Okay.
There's no data. So let's generate the data. I said let's go to order dates. Yeah, nice. Order date. Yeah. Let me put order date key here also. Order date key. Need that other date key. Yes. To show something. If there is need to show. Yep. I think this is nice from where? Fact internet sales. I would have just bring everything, connect and bring everything like that, but I don't want to say no. I don't want to be. Is there no? I don't think so. No, nice. So let's take one more. I will explain everything, though our time is passing, but it's good you understand. There are some jobs that they only ask for Power BI and Excel. Some job they'll tell you if you don't know SQL, you can't product category. Product category key. Which one has product category key again? It has product subcategory key. Okay. Let me just look for country, sales territory key. I think there's one that has sales territory key. I think
Okay. You're trying to look for connections between the tables.
so sales territory key is also in sales. Yeah. That is yeah, I picked it. So let me choose this one as the last one. Okay, you're now bored with my queries. Select. Let me just say select all. Right. I don't need the help to be honest, but let me just say so that we'll save our time. It's not even much, but let me remove the image. Let me just leave it because I don't need it at the end of the day, but yeah. I don't need it, so let me just leave it like that. It's fine. So let me now go back. Let me copy the database. The
Server name.
Yeah. Go back to Power BI. SQL Server, get data from SQL Server, which is same thing. Server name, right? Database. I don't like typing like email I used to do. So typing the documentation is like punishment to me. Adventure or ZW. I wish there'll be AI now that I'll be talking and be writing what I'm saying for so that I'll be typing it. AI is the future. So make sure you remove the square brackets, right? Is that okay? So advanced option. So let me just copy. I can't do everything. I don't think I can do everything at once. If not, it will confuse. What do you call it now? To confuse Power BI. Sleeping. So copy that one. Let me do Ctrl X. Cut it. Come to here. Paste it. Right? Right? Then click OK. Let me copy this one again so that it will be fast. So run. I'll just click load. I'm not doing that, so I'm not cleaning anything because I think it's already clean. So let it finish loading. Fast, 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 fast. Nice. Nice. Another one. Why? We're almost done. Database. Go to SQL Server. Copy. Control C. Go to Power BI. Control V. Direct query. Advanced option, sorry. SQL statement. SQL. Copy the second one. Do you understand what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Cuts. Paste. Okay. Let me go back to this one. I'm trying to copy this to before. So the last one. So that's what I want to explain to you will make some sense, right? So that you get it. So not just that I'm just connecting to Excel or just one table. Let's have 3. Sometimes you can have 10 tables self, depending on your organization. Oops. Database. I've not selected the database. You're saying it's optional, but I don't trust that word optional. So next week we're going to I will form a question, then we'll trash that question. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah.
Yes.
I prepare the data, but it's not just good to just copy, connect to Excel and just. You people should see some. Like I said, in some organization, very big organization, they'll just give you the data, you just load directly. You don't even need to do any. No. Can you say what is put in query 1, query 2, query 3? I don't like that name. So let me come here first. The name it gives query 1 is actually the product table, right? Product.
Yes.
Am I right?
I'm not so sure again.
Yeah.
Product table, product name, product key. Yeah.
Then let me see the query 2. This is a fact internet sales. So let me just name this one sales.
So
Then this last one. Oh, sorry, query 3. Territory.
still sales territory. Sales territory. Yeah.
Okay, I should put sales territory.
It's okay. Still okay like that.
So now we have our data. This is what I want to explain to you. Now, this is a report view. This canvas here, this is a report view, right? This is a table view. This is a model view. Let me go to model view. If you go to the model view, can you see it has connected by itself?
Oh.
That's
Okay.
connected by itself.
Just as you selected, just the way you arrange the table.
It's not really about the way that I arrange it, but
Did it pick up any? Okay, sorry, just finish explanation.
that's what
Because
I'm
it
No,
came in query
there's,
1,
there's,
query 2, query 3, and it's been arranged as how it came.
That's just what I'm saying. Just like the way the tables came in, like product sales territory.
well, it may not anyway, but let me explain what I'm doing.
But I'm seeing product key in product and sales. So I don't, that's why I was like,
relax. Okay. Now, if you look at a star in the sky, everybody knows how a star looks like. This is like a star. A star has a center, then it has many branches, right? Hello.
yeah.
Sometimes, assuming you have like 6 tables and everything is connected to sales. So sales is like the center, while everyone is like the branches. So that's why you call it
Okay.
star schema. What do I call it?
Star schema.
A star schema. What is a schema? We did it in SQL, but don't worry, I don't want to bother. I said that we'll do this stuff one time. Star schema. Now, the reason why they call it star is because one is at the center, another one, we have others connected to it and scattered around it. So if you like,
Mhm.
you can bring
I'm
it to
seeing the arrow that is coming in into the star points. The direction of the arrow from the two tables.
so it's connected to
The both of them are heading towards the source.
Yeah.
so that is a star schema. Now, in star schema, there's what you call fact tables, FACT. Then fact, then dimension tables. Fact tables and dimension tables. This one could be an interview. If you're using Power BI, if you want to go and apply for a job that is a Power BI is a must, and that you'll be building reports. We have in a star schema, we have a fact table and we have a dimension table. Let me stop sharing. But that one will require me to use a lot of. Let me see if I can explain it now. And if you don't understand, then I will use whiteboard. Right? Let's say, in this products table, let me go back to this table view. This is product table, right? I've explained it before. I can remember I've explained it before. Can you see this product table? Product 6.
Product key.
Product key 6, product key 7, product key 8. You cannot see product key 6 again in this table. You can never see it again. If you see it, that means it's a mistake. It's a duplicate because no product should have the same
key.
Just like no
The same product key.
So in essence,
sorry.
product key is the primary key.
Yes, thank you. I think you have helped me to solve the matter. Let me go on. Do you understand? That means every key is unique in this scenario, right? But if you go to sales table, if you check product key, let's see if I'm just trying to continue to even search. Anyway, it is possible you have that product key 6, that product with product key 6 appearing 100 times if it was purchased 100 times. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So do you understand that gist? Now, if, for example, that product key that is 6 was purchased, let's say it appears 5 times. That means they bought it 5 times. Right? If you want to get,
in this scenario, it's not a duplicate.
of course, that's not a duplicate. Now, people purchased it at different times of the day.
Yeah, it's not meant to be purchased by one person or once.
Even if it's perceived by one person, it is not it's not difficult. So far there's a date and there's a time there. If you purchase it twice in a day, it will show that you have purchased it twice in a day. So let's assume it was purchased, it was ordered 5 times, and that means to appear five times, right? For you to get the total number of, that means you have to add each of the unit price times the quantity and add all the sales together to get the one for product key 5. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. So if I go back to my dimension table, this guy in the middle is a fact table. Fact, F-A-C-T. Why every other one that is linked to it, they are the dimension table.
The dimension table.
Now,
Okay.
the difference between fact and dimension. Fact table is made up of values. If you want to write it down, of course, you are still going to look at the video. Fact table is made up of, if you check this thing, it's made up of values, yes or no? It's made up of values, right? Why? Yeah, fact table is
Dimension table.
values and it can be aggregated. If I say aggregated, I mean sum, average, count, minimum, maximum, because it is this, I gave an example the other time. In this sales table, if you have the product key 6 appearing 5 times, you have to make the product key 6 appear once by doing what? Performing aggregation. Add all of them to get the sum, or find the average, or find the maximum. That means you have aggregated all every product key to 1 by performing aggregation. Do you understand? So in a fact table, that is when in sales, that is when you can perform aggregation. That means you can summarize your data in a fact table, right? Am I communicating?
Yes.
Now, fact tables, most time, okay, don't let me use that one so that one will not confuse you, right? Yeah, that is fact table majorly. The dimension table, it describes the features. If you go back to this table view, I've said dimension tables are the other 2 tables, the product table and the rest, and the sales territory query. This is sales table, right? Can you see the attributes of this product 477 inside this sales table? Can you see any characteristics of this product? Yeah, I'm asking a question.
Yeah, we are seeing the 444 and we're 477, but it has a unique order date key.
Let me help you to answer that question. I won't answer, but I'll give you a gist. If somebody should ask Lizzie that what is the characteristics of what are the characteristics of Onyi, what will you say?
Characteristics of Onyi. Well, I don't know new person, but
No. I'm just saying, just assume that it's better.
I could say Onyi is charismatic. I could say Onyi is fair in complexion. I could say Onyi is tall. I could say Onyi is from Nigeria.
Thank you.
Is from Nigeria, is married, and all that.
You have answered that question yourself. Now, for this product 77, can you see any characteristics of product 477 in this sales table?
Yes.
You are saying, okay, what are the characteristics of product 477?
I'm not seeing any characteristics.
There's no characteristics here now.
Yes.
But if you go to product, that was why I asked you that question. You answered it, but you're still telling me yes, class. But if you go to product table, the product itself, if you check, if we can find 477, I don't know, that one might take us time again. If you any product, can you say, okay, let's say for product 8, product key 8, can you see the characteristics of that product?
It's the color is black,
Oh, I see what you mean now. Yes. I was
The
and
looking
name
it
at
itself.
has a start date.
but I
No,
was
let's use that. That is not classified, but you can see the name of the product. You can see the color of the product. That's characteristic.
okay.
So in a dimension table, you see the characteristic of a data set.
Mm.
Yes or no?
Yes, like if I'm getting you right, because what I was trying to say is the characteristics is like the time of sale. But if I'm getting you right now, you mean like those attributes that define that product itself.
Yeah, the attributes, the features, the characteristics, they are inside
Mm.
the dimension tables. They are here. Product table. This one to also has all the dimension table, they have the features, the characteristics
Okay.
of the data set. That is number one, right? And they are also used to filter. They can be used to filter. If you want to do a slicer, we did slicer last week. It is product, it is the unique product that you drag. That means you are dragging the, if you want to do slicer now, is this product that you drag. You won't go and drag product from the sales, from the fact table, which in this case is the sales table. You can use product table, you can use not product table now, you can use dimension tables, in this case, product table, to filter. Number one, it has the features of the data set. Number two, dimension tables can be used to filter your report in Power BI, right? And
Yeah.
dimension table also contain the details, just like what I said, the details of the data set in the fact table. Fact table only has product key. The details of that product key is in product table. The details of that product, whatever is in territory. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Any question before because we are moving away, we are moving up forward now. Any question? No question. Now, there's what you call cardinality. If you see this line, can you see this line that is joining them? If you click on that line, if you right click, okay, before that, if you highlight on this line, can you see something appear? What connects the
Okay,
two?
what connects the two?
That is a primary key. If it's not done
Mm.
for you by default in Power BI, just if you know what you want to connect, just put your cursor on it, drag it, and come and drop it on whichever one you want to connect it to. Can you see? But I'm not doing that because it has been done for us already. Does that
But
make
is that what connects the territory table to the sales table? Is it the same product key? Because I'm seeing the joints at the same place. The star at the same place from the territory.
We don't know yet. We're doing this first. This one is product key, right? Do you understand that one?
I do.
So let's go to this one.
And here is the sales territory key.
Territory key. Can you see it?
Okay, so when you click on the line, it highlights it's not just because I was thinking it's where the star is connected.
You don't even need to click, just over, just move.
Just touch. You just
Okay.
Any question? If you
I have a question. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I'm making the class long. My question is, why do we do this process model at all? What's this? I understand everything you've explained, but these are the things we can also go to the table and just have a quick look. So why do we actually do the process model? What's the advantage?
If you don't do process model, your reports will not interact together. Everything will stand on their own.
Okay.
Everything will stand on their own. You can't know which territory is a product selling most. You can't know which product that is selling most. You can't connect. It's like saying, why does a man get married? Why can't he just stay alone? Or why do you need people around you? Can you live life alone?
No.
But if you have people around you, there are benefits of having the right people around you than you taking life alone, living life alone. Why
Yes.
why do you watch football?
Occasionally.
Okay, occasionally. Why do we have 11 players on the pitch? Why not one player playing against the opponent of 11 players?
Okay.
So when you do modeling, it allows your report to interact. If not, everything will just stand alone. You just see products, you just see product name. What's the benefit? You can't get the sales of these products if you don't connect. If there's no connection between these two now, you can't know the sales amount of each product. You can't know anything about that product. The only thing you will know that the color of this product is this, the name of this product is finish. What are that? Is there any? If you go back to here now, that means you just know that okay, this product 6. This in name is cam. This is color black. That one has no benefit to us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so but we don't really need to do this in SQL because the table is already in like a data set on its own inside SQL.
I don't understand what you mean by going to do the science of this.
This process model that we've done in Power BI to connect the tables, we don't need to do it in SQL.
We do join in SQL now. If you don't do join, how will you get?
So this is similar to join in SQL, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't want to say yes or no. Because you I don't want to say yes or no, but if you don't connect your data in SQL, join your data, how will you get information from the other table?
Okay, I get it now. So this is just for us to be able to get information from different tables.
If you don't do it, you can't even do your analysis. No, there's no analysis to do,
Okay.
except it's only one table that you have. Anyway, so any question again? So if you write,
Yes, another question is this. For example, when you start working now, when do we know which tool to use? Does it mean on the analysis required from the table that you know which tool to use?
all do I wish to.
Like Power BI, SQL.
It is whatever your organization is using that you use now.
Okay, because some of them, okay, I see maybe some using both, for example. Okay.
It is whatever it is whatever is provision to you, whatever is given to you
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm.
use. Of course, before you join them, they've done the advertisement that you'll be using Power BI, you'll be using SQL Server, you'll be using. Well, by the time you join them, you may not even use it for the first 1 year. You might be using something else entirely. So whatever you have been provision, whatever is being provision to you, provided for you, is what you use. I've answered your question.
Okay, yeah.
So if you right click on this, you can delete it or you go to properties. This is many to one. Many to one means, can you see the two tables? Sales table connected to territory table. Sales table, this sales table, this territory table. Many to one means under sales table, right? You have a lot of, how do I put it? If you're still in London, three of you stay in London, and you decide, three of you went to Tommy Hilfiger, or you went to Gucci to buy stuff, and every one of you, of course, you order for different products at the same time. Your sales, and there's a territory, whatever, there's a territory key. Sales territory key means territory, maybe it's London or whatever. There's a key attached to it. As you purchased, people from different parts of the world order online or go visit the store, as they are visiting the store, the sales, whatever that is being, the transaction that is being executed are being recorded. The product being bought 1,000 times, 1,000 times. That means that is many. But in the territory key, because I've explained territory, I said territory key. Territory table in this case is a dimension table. So you don't need to, it contains the features of the data set. So this is many. That means you can see from all up here now. I'm trying to, I don't want to speak a different language. Now, this is northwest in the territory table, right? Northwest in territory table. You can only see northwest once in this territory table because that is like a product table. Northwest is northwest, right? But the people, northwest has been assigned a sales territory key 1, right? 1. People that live in northwest, there could be millions, numbers of people. So people from that northwest that has sales that has been assigned, so everybody that comes from northwest, their sales territory key is 1, right? Their sales territory key is 1. So if 1 million of people staying in that northwest with sales territory key 1 decide to go to Tommy Hilfiger to order a particular product or a different product, that 1 million people that their sales territory key is 1, that one will appear 1 million times on that sales key, on that sales table. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that means on that sales table, it is many. I'm just giving that example. I'm not using that illustration. It is many sales territory key, but inside the territory table itself, it is 1 sales territory key. It's like 1 product key, but in sales table, it is plenty product key, depending on the number of times it was ordered. That is many to 1. Many, in this case, for example, sales territory key many. Can you see that this sales territory key 4 is appearing, if you check the table, is appearing more than once. That means many. But here it is just 1. Do you understand? You are quiet. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Okay.
Yes, I understand too.
Many to 1. Now, cross filter direction. It is single. Single is perfect because you cannot, I said one of the characteristics of dimension table is that it can be used to filter. It can be used as a slicer to filter. So if you choose both, that means you are saying you can filter from sales and can also filter from territory. That is wrong. That's an error. Leave it as single. Means can only filter from one direction only, which is the territory. I said territory now. The dimension table, in this case, territory table can only filter sales table. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you check this one too, it's still many to 1 because product key can appear many times, but here is 1. Sometimes it is 1 to 1, many to 1. one to many. It's just the number of observations that appear in a particular table compared to the dimension table. So if they are both dimension table, then it's probably going to be one to one. Any question, please?
So we can have two-dimension tables in a model.
You can have what?
From what you said, you can have two-dimension tables in a model.
You can have 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we can't have what's the main table again?
Fact table.
We can't have more than one.
I've not seen where there's more than one anyway. So I've not seen.
Okay.
Any question? So it could be one to many, many to one, many to many. Avoid many to many because it makes everything clumsy and complex. Any question? That is that by that. Wow. Timers. Should we go on a break? Or we should continue?
We still have some minutes to end now, so I don't think there's any need for it. So go just like 5 minutes break.
Do you want to go on
Not
break?
a longer. We can do 5 minutes break on my own side.
Okay, 5 minutes. Then okay. Okay, let's just make it let's be back by 7:15. That is 8 minutes.
15. Okay.
That's 8 minutes. Yeah. No, we can just
Okay.
is that
Yeah.
okay?
That's fine.
Yeah. Hello, are we back?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Lizzie, are you back? Lizzie must be back, or she's busy at work. Nina, Nina, are you back?
Yes, I am.
What happened? You came very late today.
Sorry, I didn't finish work on time. Like 5 o'clock is not convenient for me, but since it was
Okay. Okay. Lizzie, are you back? I guess Lizzie is busy as well. Okay. Um. So can you see my screen, everybody?
Yeah, I'm seeing your screen.
Now, there is what you call. We want to go to DAX functions in Power BI. DAX. DAX. DAX is DAX. DAX is what? DAX.
DAX. Yeah.
That is data analysis expressions. Data analysis expression. That is DAX. Now, there's also what you call calculated columns, right?
Yeah, for in the next 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
Or more. Or every 45 minutes. Yeah. The next 45 minutes.
There is what you call calculated columns and there's what you call DAX. Now, one of the differences, please note everything I'm saying. Calculated columns and DAX. DAX is what you call data analysis expressions. They are expressions in data analysis that you can use to refine your data to give you the desired results that you want. Now, if I go to the table view, let's say I have sales. This is sales data, right? We have order quantity, unit price, total product cost, sales amount, order date, right? Let's say I want to calculate profit. Profit, if you check this sales amount column, and this unit price column, and order quantity column, the way they got this sales amount, multiply unit price times order quantity, yes or no? Hello.
Yes.
They multiply
You
one. That is
1 by 499. Yeah.
price of one multiplied by the quantity that was bought by this. It gives you this. Now, if you want to calculate profits, that means we can say total product costs, the cost of each product. This is total product cost, total product costs. The total product cost for each of these products. So for I'll elaborate now. For product 477, this is the cost it took the organization to produce one. Now, let me see if we have one that is 2.
Yeah. 1. That's why they have 1 put down.
That means
product cost.
they've given us they said total product cost. So that means if you want to get the profit, how do you do a profit? Now I can add a column to this. A column would be sales costs, or sales minus cost. Sales amount minus total product cost. Does that make sense? Sales amount minus total product cost. That is profit, yes or no? So I can add a column to this. Now I'm doing calculated. When you say calculated column, that is a column that was calculated by you, calculated column. Now, if I say, where is it now? Home, not home, table tools. New, can I say new column? If I say new column, I see that the new column has been added and the name it column. I don't want to name it column. I want to name it profit. I'm doing a calculated column, a column that I calculate myself. That is the reason why it is called calculated column. So I'll say, now, if you want to get it fast, if you want to get all these columns fast, that single quote on your system, press it. It will bring out all the tables that you have and all the columns. We are in sales table. So I want to go to sales amount minus total product cost. And I'll press enter. That is profit. This is a column that is calculated on your own. That is why it is called calculated column. Now, the main difference of this calculated column and DAX is this calculated column takes space, takes memory, takes some part of memory. Now, when you download Power BI, your system would have allocated a specified amount of memory to your system. Sorry, to Power BI, your system has said, okay, Power BI, just take, let me just use an example. For example, take 20 megabytes of this system to use. So when you create a calculated column, it takes part of that 20 megabyte. It takes part of your memory that's allocated to Power BI already. Do you understand? But when you create a measure is created on the fly, it doesn't take space on your system. We will soon create measure, but this one that we just did, we call it calculated. I mean, it is a column that didn't exist, but you derived yourself. You calculate yourself. That is why it is called calculated column. Calculated column. Do you understand?
Yeah. And that is the DAX.
No, that's not DAX. This is just calculated column.
Okay, calculated column. Okay.
I'm trying to give you a difference between calculated column and DAX. DAX, when you do a DAX, DAX is created on the fly. That is, it doesn't take, when you need it, you create it. And when you create it, it doesn't take space it doesn't take memory. It doesn't take space at all. No, doesn't take part of the space allocated to Power BI. Does that make sense? Am I communicating? Am I communicating?
I don't think I got this one. I don't think I got the explanation of these calculated columns and the connection of it to.
Leave DAX alone now. Leave DAX.
Okay, because you said DAX before, that's why. Okay.
Leave DAX alone. Do you understand calculated column?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Okay, just leave that alone. But what I am telling about calculated, it takes part of the memory space allocated to Power BI. That is number one. But if you do DAX, it doesn't take space. But we'll do DAX soon.
Okay.
You understand? So any column you add to any of your data, to any of your table in your Power BI report, any calculated column you add, this way, any column you calculated that you derived yourself in any form, in any way, in any manner, it is called calculated.
Calculated column.
You know, last week I think I was telling Inena to do if conditional clause in Power BI. Can you guys remember? I said if age is equal to this, blah 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 blah. Can you guys remember?
Mm-hmm.
Inena, can you still remember?
Yes, I do.
You are not talking today. Anyway,
I
that
do.
Maybe she's still working.
probably she's tired today. That thing I told you to do last week is also called any column you derived, you calculate. It is called calculated column. That is that. Let's continue. I'll explain that. So let me go back to DAX. So to the report view. Let me create measures. Measures are like, I want to do DAX formulas now. So DAX formulas, they are called measures, right? They are called what? Measures. DAX. If you create a DAX, it doesn't take space on the memory allocated to your system. So let me do some basic DAX formulas, right? Now, where is DAX? You can create DAX on any table. You can put it on any table, but I don't like putting it on just any table. You can do it like that if you want. So I like putting it on a different table. So all my DAX, I put it inside one table. So let me create a table for myself and call it DAX. Sorry, and call it measure. Do you understand? So let me create a table. Let me say enter data. Can you see name? Name. So I want to call that name of that table. I want to create measure table, right? I will load it. Can you see that it has been created? Can you see? So you can create measure. Let me just do what I'm saying. Let me create a measure on the sales column. Right click on that sales column. Can you see new measure? Let me do a DAX formula. Let me do the sum. Now I want to say total. I want to name my formula, my DAX measure. Total sales amount equal to sum. When you type any DAX function, there is what you call IntelliSense I'll be giving to you. So I'll click on the sum. What can you see? Column name, yes or no? Hello?
Hello?
What can you see after?
Where? After where? You have measure table column 1.
What can you see after the where my cursor is the up the bracket of sum? After sum, there's a bracket. What can you see up that bracket?
And column name.
Column name. That means it's telling you that you want to sum. So which column name do you want to sum together?
You want to sum. Okay.
System. Let me type S to make it fast. S means for sales table. I want to sum all the sales amounts. I'll close it. I'll press enter. That is my total sales. Now, this doesn't take memory on your system.
Okay.
It is created on the fly. That is, anytime you need it, you just create it and it just works for you. It doesn't take part of the space allocated to Power BI. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. But can you open the sales total sales amount table?
If you want to
Let's
show
see how it looks like.
value, which chart we use to show a single value? I taught you last week. If you want to show a single value, which charts will you use to show a single value? Which chart?
Card.
Card. So if you go a card, what is now before we show the card, if you check the whatever that was created, the total sales, can you see the total sales here? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes, I'm seeing it. I didn't know I muted myself. Yes.
The sign beside that total sales amount is different from the sign beside every other
From
one.
all
That
others.
means that it is
Okay.
measure. Now, let's change it to currency. It's general now because it's amount. Let's change it to currency. Let's change it to pounds because pounds is the number one. Let's change it to English. English United Kingdom. Let's change it to, yeah, it's in 2 decimal places now. So if you take a card, and you press that sales amount, shows you 29.36 million. But this is an approximation.
Mm.
So let's see if we can get the whole full gist. The whole full. Let me go back to that sales amount again. I don't want, let me see if I can change it to general. Let me see if I change it to general. Let me see the way it will look. This is 29. Okay, let me change it to whole number. Okay, now I don't want whole number. Let me leave it in currency. Let me leave it in currency. Let me go here. We've not even done formatting at all. Okay. So if you want to change this value, I don't want dollars, I want pounds. These pounds I spend. So that is DAX. I've answered the question now only. We have showed it in a card visual.
Yes.
Now, if you check the top, and when you click on the measure, you will see that the name of the feature is total sales amount. The home table, that means the table where the DAX is linked to is sales table. I don't want it like that. I want to change it to the measure table icon. So you click down, change it to the measure table. So it has moved. Can you see that it's no more on the sales table? It's now on the measure table. The measure table has an empty column called column 1, which is empty. I don't want to see that column. So let me delete that column. There's nothing there. Right. Delete from model. Yes. So let me calculate total sales amount in a different way. I will still, what do you call it now? I'll right click on measure table, new measure. I'll say, sorry. I'll say new measure. I'll say total total sales too, just showing you another way that by which you can calculate it. Right? I'll use sum x. Sum x, not sum again. Now, sum x, can you see? What can you see? Table, expression. Sum x is used to wait now. Sum x is used to, it performs the same function as sum, but the way it performs that function is different. It iterates across each of the rows that you have in your sales table. I would explain after. Table. Can you see the first thing here? Table. Which table are we going to do sum x on? Is on sales table. So can you see all the table in our visual appeared? Abi, sales, comma. Expression is, I want to multiply unit price times quantity. Unit price times is your asterisk, which is above your keyboard as 8, number 8, times quantity. And I'll close my parentheses.
What you selected is total product cost and not unit price.
Oh, thank you. I didn't understand. Unit price. Right. Thank you. So sum x, what sum x will do? Let me go back to the table. Sum x will look at sum x for this 477. Can I see 477? Everything that we are seeing here is 477, 477. So it will look at each of the 477, iterate across each of the row, take order quantity, multiply by unit price here, go to where you have 477 again, take order quantity, multiply by unit price, take to where you have 477 again, take order quantity, multiply by unit price. It will do it for all the 477 and also for each of the product key that appears more than one, to sum them together. That is what SumX is doing. Does that make sense? Hello. But this total sales amount, the first one, we didn't have to, sales amount. What gave you sales amount? This sales amount you are seeing is the sales amount here. What gave us that sales amount was what we used. Instead of using sales amount in sum x, we use unit price and other quantity, which gave us the sales amount. So assuming this sales amount wasn't given to you, right? You have to use sum x so that you say unit price times other quantity for each of the products and then add them together. Any question, please? I've been talking. Let me change it to pounds again. Hello.
Hi.
Any question before I move on?
I believe for me, no question, no.
Okay. Okay. So let's do some visuals. Before that, yeah, I remember. Now, if you bring in this thing again, if you do another card, right? I bring in total sales too. Gives you the same thing. This one is in dollar. Why is it in dollar? It gives you the same thing. I'm just showing you two different ways. Does that make sense? If you want to calculate total profit, we have profits already in our table, under sales table. So right click here, new measure, total profit equals to sum, right? Sum of what? We have the profit already, right? In the calculated column. Press enter. That's total profit. Then you can change it immediately from currency. English, United Kingdom. So you can add, right? Then drag the total profit. This is the total profit. 12.08 million. Any question? Before we go ahead, you can quickly do a table. Let's go do a table. This is a table, right? A table. Let's say that has all the products. Where is the product? Product name. Product name. Where's product name? Where's product name? You have to play with this thing, though. Product name. Then product name. It's long anyway, but yeah, doesn't matter. Product name, total sales amount. Let me bring in all the total cost, total profit. There is one that is having blank anyway. That's not our I don't need total sales too is the same thing as total sales. So let me remove so this is like what we have. So if you should click AWC Global Local Cap, you realize that your total profit correlates. Your total profit that we have here correlates with what we have here. Can you see? Then the total sales amount correlates with what we have in both the same thing. Do you understand?
Yes. Total profit for okay.
Total sales 2 and total sales amount, they are the same thing. So let me just cut one. If you check this AWC logo, can you see the total profit?
Yeah.
4.528.
4.528.
This one has been aggregated, stuff like that.
Aggregated, approximated.
Yeah, sorry, approximated. Then total sales amount. So do you understand the gist now?
But this one is only on this AWC logo cap.
Yes, now that is what I clicked now. I clicked this AWS
Okay.
cap. So whatever
Okay.
you see is whatever you see in this card. If I click
Click
classic,
another one.
you don't trust it.
No, I want to see now. I don't understand well.
Why am I pressing two this at the same time? This thing is appearing more than once or what? Yeah. Can you see 84, 192? So that's the way it works. So that's the way it works. Any question?
No question.
Let's go to, we've done modeling, we've done cardinality, we've started with basic tax function. If you want, you can also find percentage. Yeah. So let's, because of our time, let me quickly do, we'll continue with DAX next week, then we'll do a visual, then we'll do the how do you call it now? Then I will do like one simple report on Power BI. Now, let me do what you call date table. Now, you know, it is possible that there's no sales in a particular day for a particular product, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
People are not sales for a particular day. So, in order not for you to be having gaps in your date, it's good to create a date table. So let me create a new table. Insert. Let me say home. Let me say enter data. Can I do enter data? Okay, no. Let me create not this way. Let me create a new table. Can I say new table? New table. I want to call it date. So if there are gaps in your dates, it sometimes makes your analysis not accurate sometimes. So call it date table. Date equals to, yeah, I'll say calendar. There's a whatever called calendar auto. It's calendar auto. You don't need to forget about fiscal year. I think all those fiscal year in April or May. Don't put anything in it. Just open the bracket and close it. What this thing will do, press enter. What this thing will do is that it will scan through your data. It will scan through the data that you have. I don't know if it sometimes it could mess up. It will scan through your data and to take the minimum and the maximum, to scan to see the minimum and the maximum date. So it will create dates around your data that is in your data. For example, if you check this sales data, what this formula is doing is that it scans through all the data you have in your Power BI at that particular moment. It scans to know the minimum date and the maximum date, and it creates a complete. So if, for example, in your sales table, you have a date column there that shows first of that the minimum date is 2021 and the maximum date is 2024. So this calendar auto will create a date starting from 1st of January, because the minimum is 2021, to start a date from 1st of January 2021. And because the maximum in sales date is 2024, and it's to now end that date in 31st of December 2024. Do you understand? It scans through it for you by default. So forget about what is done in the background now. It scans through your date. So it will go through all the table and look at which one, this is sales table, which date is the highest, which date is the lowest, then they create a date for you using that. am I communicating, please? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Because everywhere is quiet now. Everywhere is quiet now. So that date, you have to make it a date table. So if you go back to your Power BI, that date, can you see mark as date table? You have to mark it as a date table. So it becomes a date table. So you mark as date table. So it was off before. I now on it, right? So choose a column that you want to make date column. Is a date. Successful, save. So it is now a date column. So there's no gaps in your data. So even if a product was not sold on a particular day, that day will still be accounted for, even though there are no sales there, but it will not be empty. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So so you have to connect them all. Date is not connected to your sales table now. In your leave measure table. Measure table is created on the fly. There's no primary key or whatever. Just leave my measure table to enjoy itself. Nothing, don't connect anything. There's even nothing to connect anyway. So date table, you have to connect to your sales table. Now, if you look at this, your sales table, I want to connect date to sales table now. If you look at this, your sales table, which one do you think we can connect the date table to? Which of this column?
Order date key.
Say what?
Order date key. Or order date, sorry. I don't know.
Other dates.
It is order date. It is order date. Why is it order date? Why not okay, there's no ship, we didn't bring in the ship dates, whatever. It is all order date, because if you check your date table is in the format of your order date that you have on the sales table, right? So you go back to your model, drag this date and drop it under order date. It creates the connection. Can you see that?
Mm,
Can you see that?
yeah.
Please, can you do that again? Please, one more time.
Let me delete it. Whatever you want to connect, just drag it. Put your cursor, drag it, and drop it. Don't drop it on the wrong. If you drop it on the wrong column, then you get the wrong answer. Drop it on the other date key. Can you see?
Okay.
For you to be sure that you are correct, hover on that connection. It will highlight the connection. It will highlight the connections. They are both
Okay.
with each other. Can you see?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
So we have a lot to do, but because of our time, it's already 8. Any question? Any question? So when our next class, our last class next week, I want us to, so that which time is convenient for you guys? Is 5:30 okay? Because that last class will do there's a lot I want to do I want to year-on-year growth, calculate function, filter, remove, but I'll just keep it on a low key, to be honest, so that we'll not mix out on the big ones. Next week, Monday. What time?
Anytime you choose on Monday is okay for me.
So,
But for me, anytime next week Monday is okay for me.
okay. So, Onye, Onye not behind the camera. Nina, because is 6 okay for you? We'll be at home by 6.
No, I will join, but I will join in at 6. I won't be able to join in at 5 o'clock or even half 5 or 6 o'clock. I can join in.
I'm not saying 5 now. I'm saying starting for 6 p.m. because Lizzie said the end time is okay by next week. I'm saying 6 p.m. next week, 6 to 9.
Oh, I can join in at 6. Yeah, that's okay.
So we'll start that. So everything we have done today, I want you guys to go and repeat it.
Okay.
We've not done. I'll just make it. I won't go into too much heavy stuff next week so that we'll do a proper reporting, we'll do proper formatting because this formatting, I'm not scaring you. This format, if I mark this particular chart and if you go to formatting can take you at least, not can take, it will take you sometimes, depending on the number of videos, it could take you 2, 3, 4 hours. In fact, sometimes some people are so good at getting the formula and everything, but when it comes to formatting, it's like they are punishing them. But if your formatting is not okay, how will you? It won't look presentable to the eye, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do all that next week. So let's start on time. I'll do calculate function. I'll do how to find year-on-year growth. I will do how to find the best-selling product. I will do formatting, and I will create a report. That's a lot. I don't know if you ask, but yeah, we'll do it next week. So let's come on time, 6 p.m. Is that okay? Any
Yes.
questions?
Yeah, thank you.
This is good.